we bought this small abandoned farm and are currently renovating it to a completely off-grid home. We paid £12,500 British pounds for it, which at the time was about €15,000 and $15,500. It had been completely neglected and was in need of some work. In this video we're going to show you all the work done so far, what we paid for it and how much it's cost to renovate, and also how much its estimated value is now. We had no previous building experience, so we had to learn everything along the way. The inside of the barn had previously been used to house animals, and we suspect that the farmer in the past would sleep in there at night with them. Because of this, the floor was compacted with so much dirt. So because we've done nothing like this before, we needed to buy some tools. We looked online, added things to the basket, and picked up tools from a local DIY and hardware store. Once we had some tools at the ready, we got to work on fixing up the barn. After the barn was stripped out, the first big job was to concrete the floor. Because of how remote the land is, we had to do this the hard way. This involved many hours going back and forth, slogging around heavy wheelbarrows. It cost £200 to do the floor for the stone, sand and other materials. We then took down the old metal roof in preparation for the new one to be installed. With the roof all stripped down, it was time to bring in the new roof. Because we'd never done anything like this before, it felt like such a scary job. The cost of the roof was €1,353. That was for the panels and the fixings. We couldn't believe how much it transformed the old barn. The next job was to make a window from scratch. Our friend Nick from Project Portugal helped with this. Once the window was chiselled out, Nick got to work welding the metal to make a window shape. The window only cost us £35 to make and complete. We then got to work clearing the old doorway. We wanted to lay a concrete base so we could tile and make a little patio. The cost of the sun step and concrete floor was only £3 for the bag of cement, as we got the granite for free. The next job was to tile the doorway. The cost of the tiles was around £13. We then got to work reclaiming the old door. This door had probably been here for around 40 years, and so instead of paying a lot of money for a new one, we thought we might as well just bring the old one back to life. After the window was installed and painted, we added a new handle and fixings and began to clad out the inside of the door to turn it into a farm style door. To reclaim the door, it cost around £98 for the timber, cladding, paint and other materials. The electrics was the next job. The cost to do the electrics was about £228. Pointing and rendering the inside of the walls was the next job. The cost to render the walls was around £95 for the materials. After transforming the walls, it was time to put up the mezzanine, which is where we'll sleep in the barn. After putting up the main frame, we made a bed from the scrap wood we had left over. With the bed done, the next job was the mezzanine rails. We cut the dowels all down to size. With the dowels cut and prepared, we got to work and fixing them all in. The cost of the mezzanine was about £492 for timber and materials. So the total cost to renovate the barn so far is about £2,396. In dollars, that's $2,979, and about €2,880. So just to recap again, we paid £12,500 British pounds for it. It's currently estimated at about €35,000. The next jobs we're working on is adding a log burner, furniture, a kitchen, and also tiling the floor. So if you want to see those jobs, please like and subscribe to catch our upcoming projects.